Hello, Stampers! Danny Gorilla here from Stampin' the Pink Barn. What is going on here? Of course, going to be goofy. Ig. Oh my goodness gracious. Let's see. Why, oh why is my other device being a pain? Hello, Anna. Did you put in a pre-order? Hello, Lois. Did you put in a pre-order? Did you guys already get your fun new things out of the January catalog? My order should be here soon. I put it in on Friday, so I'm pretty sure it probably should be shipping out to me. Oh, I gotta get these glasses off. That glare is horrible. It hasn't said that it's been shipped yet, but Stampin' Up is always really quick about getting their shipping out, especially I think during the holidays. It always seems to be a pretty quick process for them. So oh, there we go. Now let's see, why am I not seeing myself? Oh, there we go. All right, perfect. We are up and running. So yeah, I put in my pre-order, so I'm super excited. I got a bunch of the new products. And you got yours on Friday. Oh, perfect, Lois. Oh, you're going to wait for free shipping? Absolutely. I know. Isn't that so awesome? So what Anna just said, for those of you guys who don't know about that, and I've put it here on my page, that Stampin' Up is doing a really awesome thing. It's coming December 8th. And they are going to do free shipping for the whole day. Whoop, whoop. That's super awesome. Hello, Debbie. So yeah, that's amazing that Stampin' Up does things like that every once in a blue moon and gives us opportunity to get free shipping. Now that is for demonstrators. That is for any of our discount shoppers, all customers. Anybody can benefit from that free shipping. So that is way awesome. Yeah, I know. I was like, and then I just had, a couple customers reach out to me. They're like, we just placed an order. I know it's out of my hands. I had no idea. I actually just got the email today from Stampin' Up that they're doing the free shipping on December 8th. So I wasn't withholding that from anybody. I just want everybody to know that, because I do know that I just had a couple of people just do orders in this last week. Hello, Frida. And I don't want you guys thinking that I didn't let you guys know, because I always let you guys know as soon as Stampin' Up lets that information be available to us. Hello, Robin. So that being said, I'm pretty sure you probably have many more things that you want to add to your little wish list there. Hello, Rhea. My pre-order is due to arrive tomorrow. Awesome. I know. I put mine in, like I said, I think it was on Friday. It was either Thursday or Friday. And then Stampin' Up is closed during the weekends. So I will probably get my shipment confirmation tomorrow. And it should be here probably by the end of the week. Yeah, because it normally only takes, like, since they're up in Idaho or Utah, it only takes, like 2 days for it to come down here to Arizona. Which is pretty cool that it comes pretty fast like that. They just told everyone today, no one knew prior. Exactly. That's what I'm saying. And Anna is a demonstrator as well. So yeah, we just found that out today. They let us know in a couple days notice that we can let all of you guys know. And then those of you who either want to place another order, you can get more product because you're not paying for your shipping, or I guess you wait till the next one. I don't know. It's really tough on that call. So, yeah, but those of you who are getting ready to place an order, excellent time. Wait till December 8th. You'll get all your items free shipping. Or if you have another order that you want to place because you didn't get everything placed on your order, because God only knows how many times I've placed an order and then I turn around and I go, oh my gosh, I forgot to put envelopes on my order. I forgot to put basic white cardstock on my order. And then I have to place a whole nother order. And of course, I'm not just going to buy those two things because that doesn't make it worth anything, because I have to pay for shipping just like everybody else does. Mine said 5 to 7 day shipping. So I did overnight. I know there's a lot of you guys, I think Lois lives more on the East Coast, not East Coast, but Eastern, that it takes probably a little bit longer for you guys to get your stuff. I know here in Arizona, we get ours pretty fast. A couple of other of my customers live in Oregon and they get their things pretty quick as well. But when you're kind of close, I'm not a close bordering state, but we're just right kind of down from them. So yeah, I know a lot of people who live over on, you know, Eastern, Central, they, oh, Missouri, there you go. Yeah, a lot of you guys do your overnight orders, so you guys can have your stuff lickety split. Yeah. So, what was I going to tell you guys? I had some news, and now I got so excited about the free shipping now I can't even remember. Must not have been that exciting, because if it was that exciting, I would remember. I do have a couple of upcoming classes coming this week. I have my Sunday class, and then I have the following Thursday. So I guess it's not this week. It'll be the following week. So I'm super excited about that. I have some really cute projects for my in-class people to make. I offer 2 classes because some people can't make it during the weekday. So I do a weekend class for those people. That I don't think that's what I wanted to tell you, but also, you guys, if you are not a part of my Pink Barn Stampers group, go over there and join that group. That's where a lot of us like to share inspiration. Customers and others, demonstrators, who follow me, go over there and they post cards that they've made, and it's really a great place to get some inspiration. I mean, I know Pinterest is like the best place ever, but it's kind of nice to just kind of, our little group kind of stick together. It's also where I put files. So speaking of files, the last chance list is over there on the Pink Barn Stampers group. And I did do a little bit of revision, I think, from the one that is here on this page. I think I might have posted it as well, but I know for sure because I just printed it off over there from the Pink Barn Stampers group files. The files will say last chance. Print that off, but it's really neat. When I flip you guys around, I'll show you some of the new revisions that have been done to that. So it's a little bit more explanatory than the one that you see from, probably wouldn't have gotten it till next week. Yeah. It's got, we revised it where it has, some better little wording on there, and the wording is not so tiny as the one that I originally put on the page that came straight from Stampin Up. So, I think that is kind of it for my jumbo mumbo. I guess I don't have much to talk about today. Kind of surprising, right? Oh, I think most of us demonstrators have probably gotten our catalogs by now. If not, they should be coming within the next couple of days. I got mine last week. I know my mom, who's a demonstrator, she got hers also. And then the catalogs will be coming in also when we have placed our order. We were also able to place catalog orders. So I should have my hands on catalogs, as soon as my order comes in. But I normally like to put, for people who are here locally to me, when I hand those out, I like to put like a little bookmark in there or something in it when I hand those out myself. So just to let you guys know that. Now, you guys who were on my mailing list who are not local to me here, they should be showing up like the last or the 3rd week in December. They should be showing up to your mailbox, okay? So those of you who asked to request to be on my mailing list, or if you've been a customer of mine within the last 6 months, you will be getting those in the mail. I got mine on Saturday. Okay, yep, awesome. So yeah, I know it's coming to demonstrators because I know they were trying to get them out to us by December 1st because of the fact that we were doing those pre-orders. So it's only, you know, only makes sense that we would have catalogs if we're going to be making orders, right? All right. So let me get you guys flipped around. I have some really cute projects for you. kind of two of them are based off of, if you guys follow Kelly Atchison, she did a bingo last week. And Kelly is my team leader, and she is a rock star. She made some super, super stinking cute cards. So one of them, I kind of, what do they call it? They call it casing. I cased her card because it was just so cute. I couldn't resist. And then the other one is kind of like hers, but I didn't use all the elements that she used, and I used some different colors and all that kind of stuff. So if you guys watched her bingo, or if you guys were part of her bingo, just know that some of these cards are going to be kind of based off of some of the things that she made. And then the last card that I'm going to make is super, super cute. So if you have any little girls in your life that are going to have a birthday, or, you know, you just want to give them a card just to make their day, it's a really cute little girl, like, pick-me-up card. So stick with me and let's get this thing going. So I'm going to flip you guys around. So those of you who get motion sickness, close your eyes and I'll let you know when I have everything set up. Okay, I think we are good to go. I think everything can be seen in screen here. Are we straight now? Because looking at my other device, it looked like I was pretty crooked. But I think we're good now. Okay. You guys can see my hot pink pants that I had on. Woohoo! Ooh, and I gotta turn a fan on because it is really warm. Thank you for those thumbs up. Also, if you guys could like and share this video, that would be awesome, because that's what gets, you know, more viewers in here and more people commenting. And you never know which one of your friends who's on your Facebook would love to join us for these lives. If you are watching from YouTube, please hit that subscribe button and that little bell, so then it will show you when I have put up new videos. It will show you that notification that a new video has been uploaded. It was funny. I was talking to my son the other day and I told him, you need to lower the camera. It's pretty far away. Okay, hold on. I'm going to lower you guys a little bit. Hold on. Don't get sick. Ugh, if I could get this thing to loosen here, maybe. Is that better? Doesn't look like it's panned out as far. Does that look like we're zoomed in a little bit more? Hopefully that'll work. All right, so like I was telling you guys, here is that last chance list. So for this list, I have gone, or, you know, my team has gone in and have put these little red next to these things that will tell you now that these are, so this is kind of your carryover list as well as the last chance list. So in this red, it will tell you that the punch is carrying over, but the stamp set is being retired. So you don't have to have both lists. That sometimes gets a little bit confusing, because like last night I took my carryover list, and as you can see, I put all these check marks on here because I went to my catalog and I wrote things that were being carried over and that could be ordered at any time, or the things that had the asterisks next to them, I marked on my catalog that those things will not be available until next December, or next December's catalog comes out. So on here, it's all been kind of condensed down to one list, so you don't have to kind of ping pong between both of those lists. And then there's also the 20%. It tells you what items that are discounted and what their discounted prices are. So this is a much easier list to read, I believe. It still has your pages and it has the item numbers right here. So add these things if you want them before they're gone. Those things that are retiring, that are not going to be available anymore, put those on your list or put those in your cart that you're going to purchase on that day of free shipping. So don't forget, December 8th, all day is free shipping. So that is an excellent time to get your last chance items. Okay, hello Patty. There is the big plethora of free shipping. I'm sorry, my printer kind of like or my camera enlarged this when it did it, but you can still see nonetheless. December 8th, your orders have to be, I forgot to mention this earlier, which, I mean, come on, how many orders do we really place that are under $50? But the $50 or the free shipping is for if your product order is over $50. I'm sorry, I forgot to mention that earlier because I kind of forgot all about it. That's when you will get the free shipping. So you have to place a $50 product order to get the free shipping. Okay? And then we still have the Lots of Pun. This goes through December 10th. You can still get this paper pumpkin kit. This is going to be Craft a Chuckle and a Laugh with Lots of Pun paper pumpkin kit. So then on December 11th, you will see a new graphic pop up on my page, and that will be showing you the next box. So this is a subscription, and you can cancel any box at any time if you don't think that it is going to suit your needs. So, in other words, what I'm trying to say is, like, my mom looked at these little characters and didn't think that they would be something that she would really kind of dig, I guess. So she canceled this box. She didn't cancel her subscription. She just put it on hold and said that she didn't want this box, but she'll start back up on December 11th when the new box comes in. Hello, Kathy. So yeah, it's kind of cool with that. So if you kind of see graphics that you don't think are going to be for you, or if you read the little description, because this is all we see, we don't see anything else. I see what you see. So if it's something that doesn't seem like it is up your alley or whatever, you can always put that box on hold and then just pick back up at a later date. Okay, but do know that those are your one-stop box. I mean, that is your all-in-one. It comes with everything that you need. The only thing that you might need to include is like a pair of snips or something like that. All right, so let's do our first. Oh, as I'm losing things because I turned my fan on. Jeez Louise. I had papers flying everywhere. That would have been a hot mess because then I would have been on the floor searching for papers, and yeah, we don't want to do that. Okay. We are going to use the Back on Your Feet. Now, I have not made any cards on here for you guys using this set, but it is so stinking cute, and right now we are in, unfortunately, flu season along with the other mumbo jumbo that we know that's going on. So this is a really, really cute set to have. It's got this really cute sloth and then this giraffe that has his neck like all tied up in a knot. And then you have an upside down turtle. Now, I love this turtle because he reminds me, we have a tortoise, we got a sulcata tortoise a couple months back. And his name is Malachi, and he is the cutest little thing. I mean, when we got him, he was only like this big. He was the tiniest little thing. And now he's probably doubled that, and he's about this big now, but he's still just a tiny little guy, and he's in a cage in my bathroom, so he stays warm in there, and it's moist in there because they need some of that moisture. So yeah, so this little turtle reminds me of Malachi, so I really love this set. Okay, then you have the Sometimes That's All There Is to Say, and that I'm here for you. Sigh, ouch. This is not good. And see how the knot is spelled? Because you have the knot in the giraffe's neck. Hope You're Back on Your Feet Soon is perfectly suited for this little upside down turtle, and hope things get better soon. All right, so we're going to be using this set. Then I'm going to be using, actually, no, I'm going to be using that on the next card. I don't know why I had it in with this one, but I obviously have some of my things put in the wrong box. We're going to be using the Hammered Metal 3D embossing folder. So this kind of gives you, it actually reminds me of kind of like a alligator, crocodile, one of those animals, like a reptile texture. And that's why I thought it would be perfect with this little turtle that we're going to use. Then I'm going to be grabbing my tailor-made tags, and I'm going to be using this big tag right here for this project. I am, again, using Evening Evergreen because you guys know how much I love this color, and I did have to order a new pack because I just use it so much that I knew I was going to run out, and heaven forbid I run out of my bestest green. So this is 8.5 by 5.5, and we're just going to fold that in half to make it 4 1/4. And I need my bone folder, which I thought I had sitting out here. Again, me losing things. There it is. Okay, just varnish that down. That's our card base. Then I took a piece of soft succulent. This is 4 by 5 1/4, and I ran that through the hammered metal. So I just put my piece in there, ran it through, and came out with, and since it's 3D, that texture is very, very predominant in that. So that's just gonna sit right on the outside of our card with a 1/4 inch around the card. Then I took a piece of, this is called that Ever Eden Specialty Designer Series paper. So this is with that collection that you guys have heard me talk about, that is going to be available through January 3rd. That is the paper and the gems, and this cotton paper right here is only available through January 3rd. Now the dies and the stamps are going to be continued in the January catalog, so you will be able to get those. But the little doohickeys that go with it right now, you have to get those while supplies last or through January 3rd. All right, so this paper, again, because it has that Evening Evergreen in it, I think is just so stunning paired with that soft succulent. So I took this piece right here. The flip side is a splatter look of the Evening Evergreen and soft succulent, but this is just going to get laid on the side here, and I believe this is 1.5. No, 1 1/4 by 5 1/4. Okay, that's going to go down the side of our card. Then we need a scrap piece of basic white. And then you need a piece that is 4 by 5 1/4 to go on the inside of our card. If I can get the inside of my card open. Okay, that's going to go in there, but we're going to do some stamping on this. And I need to cut myself, I thought I cut myself a little piece of that paper, but I guess I didn't. So we're just going to grab this and cut myself a little piece of that. Okay. So I am just going to make sure I don't have, oh, you know what? I did have it in there. I thought I did. But I do still need to cut it down. So this is going to get cut down to 1/2 inch, again by 5 1/4. Because that's going to go on the inside of our card. Now I'm not sure what I'm going to stamp on the inside of this, so I might just leave it blank because I am going to use the sentiment on the outside that says, hope you're back on your feet soon, because I'm going to use this turtle. Yeah, because Now I'm just going to leave the inside plain because I don't really care for those other ones to go with that. Okay, this is going to go down the inside. Hello, Kay. Make sure I didn't miss anybody. Hello, Arliss. Glad to see all of you guys on here tonight. And thank you for spending your evening with me. It makes my heart so happy. Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and add that just to the inside of my card. And so for my inside piece, I just left about 1/8 of an inch of the white showing when I put that little designer series paper in the inside. And then, like I said, did I tell you guys that's 1/2 of an inch? Just if I forgot to say that. All right, now we need our little turtle and Memento Black. Oh, and that didn't turn out very well. So, good thing there are 2 sides. Now, the reason why I have such a long piece here is because I'm going to be cutting out that tag piece. That tailor-made tag. There we go. That's better. This right here, remember how I said I was going to be cutting out this big one? So that's why I need to make sure my paper is long enough to accommodate that tag. And I'm going to kind of show you a little trick with that tag. All right, what else did I need? Oh, we're going to color this. So I'm going to be using my Soft Succulent. So this is light and dark. And then Evening Evergreen, light and dark. I do have another one that I'm going to show you that I colored in a different way, just so you guys can see the 2 different color contrasts that I used. Okay, so what we're going to do is we're going to grab our Soft Succulent. Oh, wait a minute. We also need the, where is it? I'm going to be using Light Balmy Blue, and that's just for his eyeball. So I'm using dark, soft succulent to begin with. And I'm just going to, Stampin' Up, it has already added kind of these little shadowing marks on here. So I'm just going to take the dark, soft succulent and kind of just go over those so I can make more of a shadow with my dark, soft succulent. Then more of these little tick marks and in his little belly here, his little belly shell. And then kind of like on these little inside pieces where his legs sit in, because you know it's a shell, and then you can kind of see inside of his shell. I'm going to also do those areas with the dark soft succulent. And then on the inside of his little, I don't even know what those things are called, those little squares that are on the shell, I'm going to use the soft succulent, the dark soft succulent, geez Louise. And I'm just going to fill in those areas there. Okay, that looks good. Yeah, the reason why I have my hair up today is because I'm trying to embrace my gray. My hair is starting to turn gray. I am a natural blonde, so me having this really dark hair is it's just been kind of something, you know, I was just toying with. But I decided, I think I've decided that I want to try to go back to my natural hair color. So the grow out is not going to be fun because the color that I have is so dark. But I know if I go get my hair done by someone, I don't think they're going to be able to match my color either. And then I would just be frustrated. So sometimes I can kick myself for going dark, but it was just a thing and it was a phase. And now I'm over it. Too bad I can't fix it as quickly as I did it. Okay, and then I'm just, oh yeah, I'm using light soft succulent now. Oops, I forgot to do his little toenails. I'll have to bring the dark soft succulent back in for his toenails. So I think tomorrow me and my mom are going to go brave Costco. I'm not one to normally go deal with crowds, but I'm hoping that since it's Tuesday and it's not the beginning of the month, I mean, I guess we're still kind of in the beginning of the month, but I'm hoping it's not crazy busy because I don't deal with crowds very well. That's why I kind of like to just stick at home. I kind of have an anxiety deal when in big crowds. Okay, now I'm taking dark soft succulent. Or no, I'm not. I fibbed. This is dark evening evergreen. I know you guys are probably like, huh? That is not soft succulent. I'm just going to do his toenails in this, in the dark. Evening evergreen. Okay, so I'm doing those little shadow ticks again on that. Then I'm going to grab the light evening evergreen, and then I'm just going to fill in all of that. Still feel like, hold on you guys, don't get ill, but I still feel like you guys are awfully far away from me, that I don't feel like you guys are getting to see kind of what I'm doing here. So I'm going to move you in just a little bit further and kind of get you guys, there we go. There. Hopefully that will help you guys see. Because looking up at my phone, Lois, you were right. It was extremely far away. Then I'm going to come up here and do his little shell rim in the light evening evergreen. Cute little twirl here. Okay, there we go. He is done. Now I'm going to grab this big, okay, let me get this out of the way, get this out of the way because I want to bring in my machine and show you guys exactly what I'm doing, just as long as I don't lose all my bits here because God only knows. All right, so now I'm going to bring this in and I'm going to show you guys exactly what I'm going to do with this. Okay, so this little turtle fits like perfect width-wise in this little tag. So let me cut him out where he's just at the bottom, and then I'll show you what else I'm gonna do here. trick to show you. Don't knock my water over. Oh, come on. Okay, so as you guys can see, I just put him through there, but I don't want him to be on this tag, but I want all these little dots. So I just flip this around, and because of these little tick marks in here, they will fit right in the sides, and I can kind of like sandwich it back in there. They're fitting in those dots, so now it's not going to move around when I go to cut it again, but then now he'll be on the perfect little dotted square, because I love the dots, but I don't want the full tag. So let me make sure he's still in place since I moved him. Put some washi on there. And look at that. Isn't that so cool? Just kind of a neat little trick that you can do to still get the little dotted, I don't know, dotted element of this, but without having to use the whole thing. And then you can even use this for another project down the road if you want to. Okay, let me show you the other color that I did him in that I just didn't care for, so I wound up switching it to doing this one because I liked the colors different here. Okay, so this is the other one where I did it opposite. So see how he's light, soft, succulent, or that he's soft, succulent on his underbelly and his actual body. Here I did it completely opposite, where I did his body dark, and then I did his shell kind of in that lighter color. Now, I kind of like this better. Just saying. Okay, so let's get our pieces back out here. Put this back in here. Okay. Then I need a scrap piece of soft succulent, and we are going to stamp on there with Evening Evergreen. We're going to stamp the saying, "Hope you're back on your feet soon." And I'm going to do that right on this color here. Okay, just like that. Then I need a piece of, we're going to cut this down, and that's going to be at, what do I need? It's going to be at 3/4. Okay, just like that. And then we need a piece of the gold foil, and it is going to be at 1 inch by roughly 2 3/4, but we're going to cut that down, so don't hold me to that measurement, because as we cut, we're going to be finagling with this thing. Okay, so I'm just going to cut a little bit of this side off because I want to flag this end. Now you can use your pick a punch banner punch for this. I probably just said punch like 25 times, but there's the banners, and you can actually do the flag with this, but I'm just going to cut it because it's just sometimes simpler. So So I just make a line straight up the center and then flag it from the two corners. Just like that. Okay, and then this piece, once we put this on here, I'm going to put it all the way up against the edge, just like that, and then I'm going to flag the inside of that. So I've already done that, so let's go ahead and glue these together. I'm going to give that just a few seconds to dry. Just like that. Well, we get this glued together. And then where did I put my little turtle? There he is. I like the way that the twigs are going this way. These just look better like they're going up. I mean, there's really no directional to this paper because of the way that they're kind of going all different directions. Okay, now that's gonna get put just directly onto our card base. And I'm going to add a little bit more glue to the sides because since this has been raised with that embossing folder, you have a lot less surface touching the card base. And so it's going to make less contact, that you really want to make sure you have a good adhesion with that. So I'm just going to hold that for just a second. Okay, now to assemble this. I'm not sure if I like that there. We'll put our little turtle kind of over here. Or, okay, so that is option one, where we put this like bumped up against our DSP and then this over here. Or we can go with option two, where that goes all the way to the side and he goes in the center. What do you guys think? What looks better? So this is option two, or that is option one. Hello, Melanie. Option two. What did I say? Did I say this was hello, Cheryl? Now I can't even remember what the heck I said. Was that option two? Oh my goodness. I think that was option two, right? Somebody tell me yes. Is this what you guys are talking about? Okay, I saw some thumbs up come up. This is option two. Yeah, because I think what I... Oh my goodness. It wasn't even really a long day, but... Oh, sometimes I kill myself. So yesterday we had a little baby goat born out there, and so I went out and I was getting Caden ready, my daughter. I was getting her ready to go outside and go on kind of a little walk to get her out of the house, because since we don't go anywhere, she kind of gets cooped up inside of this house, and I can tell that it kind of takes a toll on her. So I took her outside to go for a little walk, and we walked over to say hi to the goats, and here's a little baby brand new born goat laying on the ground. Oh my goodness, what a cutie. And it's a boar goat, so it's one of those all white ones. And so I kind of yelled at the neighbor. She was standing over there and I was like, oh my gosh, you have to come see the baby, because I get so excited when we have new little critters born out there. I mean, I know the neighbors have seen, you know, all of our goats and they're like, yeah, it's just a goat, but it's still exciting. It's, I think, because I think birth is just a really cool thing anyways. So I'm going to bump these up on dimensionals because I think it'll look better with a little bit of dimension on this card since everything's kind of flat. So so I yelled at her and I go, hey, come over here and look at this baby. So she comes over and she's like, oh my gosh, is that not the cutest thing ever? So she said hi to my daughter and, you know, stood there and saw the goat and whatnot. But I was just so amazed because this was the mama's first time giving birth, but the grandmother, I guess you would say, grandmother goat, was standing there and being so maternal to her daughter, who was then in turn giving birth, which I've never seen that in goats, where the grandmother has been a part of the kind of daughter's birthing thing, but she was right there with her the whole time her daughter was in labor, and she was making sure all of our other goats don't come and mess with her. So it was really kind of a neat experience to see her be so grandmaternal, I guess I don't even know if that's a word, but it was really neat. So I'll have to post some pictures of the baby because she was, and by the time we got out there, she had to have just had her within the hour, but that baby was already up on its feet and it was already nursing off the mama. And so all of my boar goats, for some reason, are named after squash. So any kind of squash. So the grandmother is named Pumpkin, and we actually bought her at 4-H auction. So we have Pumpkin. Her daughter's name is Squash. And then the one that so she has a daughter named Squash, but that's not the one that gave birth yesterday. And then she had twins this last time, which we named them Zook for zucchini, which is the girl that actually gave birth yesterday. And then the brother's name is Gordy for like a gourd, or like a gourd squash. And so we named the baby Winter Squash, and it's a little girl. So I was super excited. Okay. There's my little news for the day. That's what I wanted to tell you guys earlier, and I just couldn't think about what I wanted to. Okay, so here's this card. Actually, we need to get an envelope for this. What am I thinking? I had goat on the brain. Okay, so let's get some paper put on this because I think that's what this needs, and I don't think that's going to be wide enough. Yes, anybody who knows me knows that I'm a little on the squirrel kind of. Oh, that's not the same paper, but you know what? It's going to work because I already have it out here. And I don't think it is that noticeable of a difference to know that that is really that different. But it's kind of a pretty contrast to show off that paper anyways. So I kind of like that I grabbed that. So let's cut this down to 6 inches. And then we're going to glue that to the flap. But with all this paper, it all coordinates together so well that you could actually put any of this designer series paper up there and it would still look so beautiful with that. Like even if I wanted to just turn that over and put that on that card, it would still be so pretty as an envelope with that. So I cut that at 2 1/4 by 6, and that fits like perfectly to the end here. So then I'm not using a lot of wastage, and I'm not having to cut off, you know, a lot of excess and throwing that away, because you can't really do anything with these little pieces. So 2 1/4 by 6 works perfect for that. Okay, so there is that card. What do you think with that paper? Does that mesh well? I think it works. Okay, so now that we're going to go on to the next card, I am going to go ahead and do the winners of last week's cards. So last week's cards were these three here. Ooh, were these three here. We had a shaker card. We had this balmy blue along with the snowflakes, and I put the little shaker bits in there. Okay, that's card number 1, and card number 1 goes to Rhea Jones. If you're on here watching, I thought I saw, yeah, I said hi to Rhea. So there's the envelope for that, and the inside says Snowflake Wishes for a Merry Christmas. So this goes to Rhea, and I have your address, so I will get that in the mail to you. And then card number 2, so this was number 2 that we made. I am so in love with this card. So what I'm going to do, the only thing I would change is I would have used the embossing folder instead of the DSP on the envelope. That would have absolutely worked as well. So what she's saying, hold on, let me show you guys. So what Lois suggested, let me show you guys in just a minute. Let me get finished doing this. So here is the poinsettia card. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to make one of these for myself just so I can have it, because I think this turned out so gorgeous that I need one. This goes to Jamie Wise. Are you on here watching, Jamie? So may magic and wonder bloom this holiday. So that's going to go to Jamie. That's card number 2. And then here is that belly band gift card holder. Or you can do it with just this little card in here and take this out, and you can write your sentiment and stuff on that. And you could give this as a card, or you can take a glue dot like I did last week. What do you want, kitty cat? I have a little glue dot placed on the back of that. So then I would just put this kind of on there like that, and that would stay on there but not ruin the card, you know. But then that can go inside of there as a gift card holder as well as a card, and then this belly band just slides right around there in the middle for that card, and then there's the envelope. Now this goes to Sherry Lombard. I think I'm saying that right. But I'm not going to give you my gift card because that would be rude, because there's nothing on that gift card. It's just a little dummy gift card that I used to show how these cards can be placed with a gift card in it. Okay, so there you go. Oh, so I have Jamie's address. I have Rhea's address. I do not have Sherry Bombard's address. So I will need you to message me your address. So the way this works is if you comment, like, or share on my video, you get put in the drawing for the cards that we're making right now. And then I do the winners next week, and you win the cards that I make. So Sherry Bombard won this. And she must be somebody new because I haven't seen her name pop up, but I give this card just the way it is. I don't write anything in it. So then in turn, you can either case this card, which means copy and share everything. So you can copy this whole card and send it out to whomever you choose, or you can use this card here since it doesn't have anything written in it, and you can share it with, you know, somebody you want to give a gift card or that card to. Okay. All right, so what she was talking about with the embossing, which I actually just did this in my last card class, and it is absolutely a amazing idea, and I'm so glad that you brought that up, because I don't know if I've ever done that in one of these live videos to show that technique. All right, so what she's saying is you would take the envelope and you take the flap and you run it, so you lay your flap just like this, where it's right on the edge of your, well, if I can get it in there straight. So put your edge right along the flap of that card. Okay, just like, no. Oh my goodness, kitty cat. Photo bomber. Okay, I mean video bomber here. Okay, and then you just run this through just like this. Poussey, really? Did you have to get up there? No, because now you're gonna get stuck back there. Get out of there. Sorry, guys. I guess my cat is going to be stamping with us today. Wrong window. You need to go to the other window if you want to go outside. I leave the window in the living room open so she can go, so my cats can go in and out of the house without the dogs messing with them at the front door. Okay, so that is exactly what she's talking about. Now let me move. Oh my goodness, cat. Really? Can you not? Never a dull moment. So look at that texture on the back of that card. So when you have your envelope, it looks just like that. Now, is that what you were talking about, Lois? I'm pretty sure that's what you were talking about. Because then when you look at that envelope, it has that same texture as that. Pretty cool, huh? Okay, so I'm gonna set those off together. And then let's get on to the next card. Okay, that I don't think I need. I might need this though. Okay, set this one down. Okay, we don't need that. We don't need that. Okay, so we're gonna use this set again, but this time I'm going to be using that cute little sloth. And this is our simple chamois, and it is an amazing crafter's tool if you are a stamper, and it is something that's quick and easy, and you just rinse it out with water, and it's just a regular chamois, so it just stays wet. I mean, it will dry out eventually, but you just go to the sink and you just rinse it out, and you just keep getting it wet, and you use it forever and always. I mean, mine's a little tattered here, but it affects it in no negative way. Also, I think I forgot to tell you guys, this is my current host code. You can go to dannygarola.stampin.net, and that's where you will find all of these wonderful products that you can purchase. This is the host code. So if your purchase is under $150, please add this host code. That's what helps me bring all these free videos to you and helps me do all these giveaways. It is very highly appreciated. Also, all the dimensions to the cards that I'm making today, and the still videos and this are still photos, and this video will be attached over on my blog. I might have it up tonight, just depends on how long it takes me to get this video uploaded to YouTube, because then I have to then transfer it over to my blog. It seems like the last couple of nights I've been able to get it done by midnight, and then I just post it right away. Sometimes it's not up until tomorrow morning. But my internet has been being kind to me, so we'll just kind of knock on wood that it stays that way. All right, so what I'm using with this Flower and Friendship is I am only using this leaf here and this leaf here. I'm using those two stamp sets. Ooh, stay there. And I am going to punch those out with the coordinating punch that goes with this, called Flower and Leaves. And the stamp set is Flowers and Friendship. But if you line those up, you'll be able to punch those leaves out perfectly. Then I will be using the Timber 3D embossing folder as well. Now this looks like grains of wood, and it works perfect for this little sloth to be sitting on a little branch. Hello, Peggy. So my pieces that I need, let's not lose anything here, is Early Espresso. This is 8.5 by 5.5, and we're gonna fold it in half to make it 4 1/4. Just like that. Now this time I am using a paper from, I get it, this is Christmas paper, and it says Painted Christmas Designer Series paper. But with so much of this colors in here, there's a lot of this that really could be used any time of the year and not have to be Christmas. So for the month of December, my thank you, I'm excited I finally was able to get in. Oh my goodness, were you having problems getting in here? I'm sorry that you dealt with that. Sometimes technology can be very complicated. Trust me, we all know. You're not the only one. So with this paper, and for the month of December, all of my customers, my little thank you gift that I'm sending out to my customers is this little pouch that I am making. And I will put a sentiment on this, but I just take these little double chocolate cafe mocha little things. They're like a hot chocolate, and these slide perfectly inside of there. And it's just a cute little way of showing off our paper. And then it's a great way for me to tell my customers, thank you, you know, for making purchases with me. So that is my December gift. But that was the paper that I used over here. But for today, we're going to be using this paper right here. Okay, so it looks very kind of foresty. It doesn't even really look Christmas. So I have that piece here. That is 4 by 5 1/4. Then I need some scraps. I need some scraps of white. I need some scraps of garden green. For the inside, okay, goodbye. For the inside of my card, I'm using basic white, and this is 4 by 5 1/4. I'm just gonna set that in there for the moment. And then I need a little tiny scrap of Early Espresso. Now this is, I think, 3/8 of an inch, this piece. And I have run it through that Timber 3D embossing folder, just like that. I run it through there. And then I have a little strip, and I believe, like I said, I think it's 3/8. I thought I measured it before I came on here, but let's just double check. Yep, 3/8. Then I will need another piece of Early Espresso. Now this piece is 5/8 by 7/8. Or 2 7/8. Then I need a white piece, and it is going to be 1/2 by 2 3/4. Okay. And then we need a scrap of white to do our stamping, and we're also going to be doing some stamping on this. So I'm going to grab the things we're going to stamp on first. So I am using that cute little sloth. And my Memento ink, which you could use Early Espresso as well, because I feel bad saying this just because I should have known this forever, because it totally makes sense. And once I heard it, I was like, oh my gosh. I've been telling you guys all along that when you use your Stampin' Blends, that you have to use Memento. Well, I just learned that you don't just have to use your Memento. You can actually use any of our Stampin' Up! Classic pads. Because of the fact that these are water-based, okay, and our Stampin' Blends are alcohol-based, they're not going to smear this. So, okay, now we've all learned something, but I'm just gonna stick with the Memento because it's just something that I've always used when I use my alcohol pens, but I have just been told that I was wrong in telling people that. So there you go. Now I've let you guys know. Okay, there's our super cute little sloth. Then we're gonna grab that word ouch and grab our early espresso and this little white strip right here. And we're gonna take this word ouch and we're gonna put it across here. Better move it towards myself a little bit, or I actually have to stand up so I can see. Once, twice, 3 times a lady. Okay, I'll stop singing. But 3 times we're gonna put ouch, ouch, ouch. Okay, then we are going to take those 2 little leaves that I was telling you. Let me wash this off so I can stick this other leaf on. I won't quit my day job, let me just tell you, okay? Okay, then I'm going to use my scrap of green, and this is where this punch kind of gets a little tricky, but it doesn't have to be tricky. You just have to kind of see your orientation before you start cutting if you want to save yourself some of your paper and not worry about having to waste a whole lot of this. So I can see that when I look at this, my punch goes like this and I slide my paper in from up here down. So if I look at this small leaf here, it is pointing that way. All right, kitty cat. So when I slide this in, I need to make sure when I stamp on the bottom of this paper that my leaf is facing towards that way. So let me show you what I mean by that. Oh, give me 2 seconds. Let me go let my cat out of here because she's gonna drive me bonkers. Come on. All right. All right, there you go. Go on. Sorry, you guys, but she would sit here and she would squawk the whole time, and I don't want to hear that. So when I place this, I'm gonna do that just like that on that piece. So then when I come out here to punch it, then I can hold my paper and it's going to line up without me having to waste a whole bunch of that paper. Then I can just simply, if I can see what the heck I'm doing, I can line that up and punch it, and there's my leaf. Okay, now that being said, I'm going to look at this big leaf. Now, knowing that it is facing also that same direction, I am going to now stamp opposite. So I'm going to take it, and instead of those leaves, like the end of the leaves facing that way, I'm going to do it where it's facing that way. Okay, so I'm going to go that way with it. And then when I slide that paper in from this side, it will be facing the right direction. So when you use our punches and you don't want to kind of get yourself in a bind with wasting a bunch of paper, oops, you know what? I need to cut this. Because it's catching up down there. There we go. Okay, so I am going to cut 4 of each one of those, but I already have them cut, so I didn't have to sit here and bore you with my leaf cutting. So I have 4 littles. Okay, maybe I need to cut some more big ones. I thought I have 3 big ones, and hold on, did I do another one? Maybe not. So maybe we'll just do 3 big ones and 5 little ones. Let me grab, ugh, I have to look at my card here to make sure I'm not gonna slaughter this too badly if I don't put enough pieces on there. Nope, that'll work. We'll make it work with the 3. Okay, so 3 and 5 of those, because things look good in odd numbers, right? So we'll make sure that when we put these on, we put them in odd orientation. So where did I put my sloth? Because we need to color him in, because he can't just be blah. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to use dark crumb cake and light crumb cake, and then a little bit of dark soft suede, and this is dark basic black. Okay, so I'm going to use the suede first, and I'm going to do his eyes, his little eye patchy things, and his little mouth nose. Okay, and then I'm going to do the tree stump. Because we do not have Stampin' Blends in Early Espresso. We do have the bronze and the ivory, but that would have been not the right tone, so that's why I'm using the soft suede. And I don't really even need to continue with that because we're going to fussy cut. I know, my most unfavoritist thing to do is fussy cut, but I'm going to do it. And I've actually been doing it quite a bit lately, and it's not quite that bad. Some of our images are actually not that hard to fussy cut. This is the dark crumb cake. Now something like this image, there's just some roundedness to it, so it's not a real hard thing to have to fussy cut. So I don't mind having to do these little simple and I'm just gonna go some of these shadowing marks on this little guy with this dark, and then I'm gonna use the light. Thank you, Arliss, for sharing. That helps me so much with the algorithm of Facebook, and it helps more people get to see this video. And as being a small business owner, the more people who like it and share it and all that just really helps me out tremendously. Oops, I forgot to do a little bit on his belly here. Hold on. There we go. Now on these pins, there are 2 sides to these. So you have more of like a nibbed end, and you have more of like a paintbrush tip. For some reason, I'm very kind of partial to this nib. I feel like I have a lot more control with something that is more of a hard end to it, versus the paintbrush is kind of more of a wispy, fuller look with, I mean, it's not bad on a big fuller image like this if I just do it here, but I just don't have as much control with that, and I'm not a professional colorer anyways, so I'll stick to the nibbed in. Then I'm going to take the black and just kind of do his little nails. Well, I guess they're not little because those are some crazy nails, and I would hate to come in contact with a sloth. Even though I have seen some videos of wherever sloths live, and people have encountered them on the road, and they are like people say they are. They are slow and kind of, you know, but I still wouldn't want to tangle with one. I'll just tell you that. Because looking at them claws makes me know that I'll stay away. Because if one is having a grumpy day and hasn't had its coffee, I'm sure he might turn Wolverine on somebody and attack. And I might have already drank all my coffee, so I wouldn't have any to share with them. Just saying. Okay, so I'm just going to cut this guy out here. And you can choose to leave a white, I guess it helps if I'm in the view of the camera, huh? I'm sitting back in my chair, just kind of relaxing. You can keep the white showing on some of this, like if you had like a little white edge, if you wanted to do that. I'm not doing that on this particular image. I'm going to go right up to that black line. But I'm going to purposely kind of leave one area where you can see a little bit of white, because I'm going to show you guys how you can kind of fix that if you didn't like the look of the white. And if you're kind of like me and you're not a great scissor professional, cutting professional, whatever you want to call it. I stamp, I don't cut. So that's why I buy a Stampin' cut and emboss machine, so it can do the cutting for me and I don't have to. But on a rare occasion, we might just have to break out some scissors. Okay. Okay, we are almost done. Okay, now let me kind of show you a little trick here. So around this guy, there's this little white, there's this little black edge where we've just stamped. Well, see, I've missed some of these areas, but I want them to be black where it doesn't look like I am. Thank you, Mother, for all those hearts there. I don't want to see those little white areas that I've kind of missed. So I'm just going to take a black, and you don't have to use a Stampin' a Stampin' blend. You can actually use one of the, here, I'm going to show you. You can use one of these. You can use one of our black Stampin' Right markers. Same thing. And you just kind of go around the edge and kind of fill in. And see, this one has one of those paint tips on it too. So you can kind of really take it and get up in those little cracks, crevices, whatever. And then you just go all the way around it. And then it looks like you cut precision on that black line. And who's gonna know besides you guys all watching me right now? It's our little secret. No, absolutely share that tip with everybody you know, because hey, look, now you don't see all that white around those edges where I missed getting exactly up to that black line, and it just looks a lot better, like it has been done by a professional cutter. Okay, so let's move on with this card. Okay, so we're going to take this little ouch, 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 and we're going to put that right on there with 1/8 of an inch showing around. Look, see, I already did it on this one side because I wanted to make sure I could get it on there, but we're going to just glue right over that because we can, and nobody's gonna know unless they completely take this piece apart, and then, you know what, then they're allowed to know. Okay, so there is that little piece there. We are going to take this and put it right across here, and I'm going to go up to the corner and kind of down right here where kind of my corner meets the corner of this here meets the side of this, because then I'll just have a little bit of piece to cut there. Not as much wastage. Okay, just like that. Oops, I didn't get that all the way up there. Ugh. Stop what you're doing. There we go. Okay, just like that. Then when I flip this over, I just have a little piece to cut right there. And then just a couple little pieces to cut up here. See, we could have even used this side of that paper and totally pulled it off with this super cute little sloth. Because it does. It looks kind of jungly, like a little sloth would live in. Okay, now that piece is going to get adhered on here. But first, I'm going to go ahead and stamp the inside of this since I forgot to do that. So I need the words, sometimes that's all there is to say. And that's I'm here for you. And that I'm here for you. So where you live, do you have snow, any of you? Do you guys have snow? If so, I'm on the first plane tomorrow to come visit you. Just kidding. I so miss the snow. I'm kind of over this desert stuff. I want a white winter or a white Christmas even. Okay, I'm gonna stamp this right in the middle using Early Espresso. Peggy says no. So is that no snow where you're at? So I won't be knocking on Peggy's door. Just kidding. And, oh, Jamie might be getting snow. Jamie, were you on here? You won one of the cards. So watch your mailbox. You'll be getting some happy mail. I need to grab some more of this paper. And I'm going to put this across the bottom here. Well, Jamie, I might just come knock on your door. Because I need snow. I'm really tired of sand, desert, cactuses. Which, Jamie, I will have you know that once we get this house sold and we get moved up to the other house up at my mom's, I'm in Michigan. We had snow a couple days last week. Oh my goodness. And that's crazy because Michigan, normally, aren't you guys this time of year? Don't you guys normally have a lot of snow in Michigan? I did hear though that like Hawaii had a bunch of feet of snow, which is crazy. Like I was like, when my mom told me the other night when we were talking, she said, did you know that it's snowing big time? They had like, or maybe it wasn't feet. Maybe it was like 8 inches of snow, but still for Hawaii, what? But that would be kind of cool to have snow on the beach. I mean, not that you would be wearing a bikini or anything, but I mean, I don't care if there's snow or not. I'm not wearing a bikini anyways. Okay, let's get this piece put in the inside. Okay, Rhea just said something and I missed it. My daughter is in Nebraska. Hasn't gotten any snow there either. Wow, that is crazy, Patty. No snow in Nebraska either? What the heck? I just saw Oh, right there. Rhea. Rhea just finished her 100th Christmas card during this video. Woohoo! Congratulations, girl. Wow, you are on a roll. I think you and Miss Frida need to get together, because Frida just did like that same thing. She had been working like, you know, crazy getting cards done, Christmas cards done. But Frida just messaged me earlier today and she said, you know, I might have to start earlier in the year because I have more people on my list to send Christmas cards to. I was like, well, I guess you can never start too early, right? Okay, let's see here. Now I'm going to take this super cute little sloth and we are going to place him kind of like he's just chillaxing on that little twig there, but I think I want to bump him up. So I think we're going to put him on some dimensionals. And I think I need to break into a new pack of dimensionals. And it's always kind of a neat thing to have a brand new pack, brand new stinking pack. But then it'll be gone like within a couple of days. All right, I had one little tiny piece left on here and I'm going to put that across to his little back. And actually, you know what? I think I need mini dimensionals for his legs and his face and stuff. Okay, and a couple up here. There we go. Okay, now we will get him placed. Oh, I need my take a pic tool. And this time I do know where it is. I made sure before I came on here, all my tools were in my little, I have this can and I've wrapped it. It's just like an old soup can, and I've wrapped it with an old designer series paper and I Mod Podged it over it to make it kind of have a glossy look. And then I just keep all my bits in there. So when I need it, it's there, and then all my little spritzers are connected to the side. I just have them like looped on the side. Okay, this I'm going to put kind of right there so he looks like he's just hanging out. Okay, then we need to add some of these leaves, but we're going to add those with mini glue dots. And here is our little, I'm going to move this out of the way, this little piece here. So let's attach, just going to add 1, 2, I kind of did that one upside down, but that's okay. We'll do 3, we'll do 4, 5, 6, and we will do 7. Okay, I think. Or, yeah, no. I'm gonna go like that. Okay, so see, they're all lined up on there. They're not gonna go anywhere. And I'm going to try to pull these off of here. And I'm gonna put this one kind of sticking out right up here, just like that, and take another one. I'm gonna take a large one and hook it on the side of this, then take another small one and go this way with it. Take another big one, let go, and do the same thing, but I'm gonna go opposite. I'm gonna do the big one on the top, do the little one this side. Okay, so it'll kind of go like that. And then I'm going to put, this is my other big one. I'm going to attach that up on this sloth's head right here. Whoops, if I can get it picked up. Like that. And then one more small one. Oops, if I don't drop them everywhere. And put that one up underneath his head as well, just like that. Okay, Okay, and then we're going to put some, see, I have one extra there because that would have been, what is that, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7? Yeah, that would have been 8, and that would have been an even number, and we're just not going, we're not doing even Steven today. Okay, and then I'm just going to put some of my dimensionals on there. And then we're going to place that right here. If I can get it even. That part needs to be even. Is that? Hold on, I got to look at that. I think that's a little bit crooked. All right, that's better. Now let's get that put on here. I like these because I don't make very many masculine cards because I'm not very good at it. And I thought these would be excellent for men because they have kind of those masculine colors. Not to say that a woman wouldn't love these cards either. That's not what I'm saying, but I just always fail to be able to make masculine cards. My mind is not there. I want pretty, I want pink, I want, you know, blingy. And sometimes you just don't want to have to give one of those to a man. And so we have now some of these cute kind of sympathy looking cards. And I'm going to do the same thing that Miss Lois said to do with the other card. I'm going to do the same thing to this envelope, but I'm going to run it through the timber, and I'm going to do it like this if I can get it open. So one thing to note, when you are using embossing folders, make sure when you put them through your machine that you always make sure you always put your hinged edge in first. Oops, I guess I need to scroll down. You always need to put your hinged edge in first, because otherwise if this gets any kind of like movement in it, it will wind up bubbling up in there and it will wind up breaking your hinge. Jeez Louise, use your words, lady. So always make sure hinge in first. Okay, there we go. Now we have that timber look that is very faint on our little piece of wood back here, this branch. Now we have that coordinating over here on our envelope, because Lois was a genius and reminded me to do that. So there is card number 2. All right, let me get some of this stuff out of the way so we can get to that super cute, girly little card. Oh, it was funny. I was sitting outside with, when I took my daughter out to see the goat, and I get this message, and it's for another card swap, and it's for the new product that is coming out. It's for a rainbow set that we have, and I think you guys might, I've posted one of the cards from that set that I created, and so, I mean, as much as I love joining swaps, sometimes I'm like, okay, I just have to slow down. I need to, you know, take a minute and stop taking on all the things. Not that I don't get it done, but I do start feeling like my cup runneth over because I try to do it all, because that's just who I am. And then sometimes I get closer to the deadline and I'm like, oh my goodness, I forgot and I didn't do this. So I told the lady, I go, let me have a couple days to think about it and make sure I can have the time to make however many cards that it is that need to be made for this other swap. So, okay, that was card number 2. So let me move that over here so we will be able to show all 3 of them. And let's get this other one down here. Okay, so this one I am using Hippo Happiness. What a stinking cute set. Now, I know, go figure, you would think that I would use this set so often because A, it's very kind of girly-ish, and it does have kind of that, you would think, pink appeal to it because you've got butterflies, you've got these little cute unicorns and hippos, and as much as I have so many unicorns and stuff around my daughter's room, we actually, last birthday, we kind of switched the whole unicorn theme of her room to Norwal. I can't ever say that word, but a Norwale or whatever that word is. So I'm like, okay, unicorn of the sea. We'll just put it like that. So I'm a big fan of unicorns and those sea unicorns that when I saw this set, I was like, I absolutely have to have this. But wait till you guys see the die set that comes with this. It could be a total standalone set, these dies, because they are fabulous. Oh, fabulous labels just as they are. Look at these. These are like these neat shaped nesting kind of labels where all 3 of these can sit inside of each other and you can cut out different colors, and they're such neat shapes, and they have this neat little like dotted stitching line thing around them also that make them very kind of a unique label. Then you have all 4 of these, which are, you know, a neat little shape, but you have 4 of those that nest together. And then these little things right here are for running ribbon. Now, let me see if I can get these things back in here. These are for ribbon. Like, so if you were to have a piece, well, I'm just going to use this for instance. If you had something and you wanted to run a piece of ribbon through it, or like on the ends of this labeled piece, you could do these on there like that. And then the other one would go at the other end like that when you punch those, and it leaves little ribbon slots for you to weave your ribbon through. Very kind of cool. Then you have these label pieces right here also. So you have 3 of these. This is the biggest, but they are so neat. Even if you have just a plain oval, ovals look really pretty in this, and so do circles. Circles will look really cool in the middle of this with just these sides popping out. So there's some ideas for you, and a new die set that you have to now add to your list because you're going to use this forevers. And then you even have this little butterfly right here that doesn't even need really the stamp set to go with it. You could just cut out butterflies if you like butterflies. Then you have a little bow tie, and then you have the little sheep or the ewe. You can die cut that. Then you have the framelit for the unicorn and for the hippo. And then I'm not sure what these things go to. I don't know. I don't know what those ones, oh, maybe this leaf? I don't know. I don't know what those 2 go to, but I'm sure you could probably look it up and find out what that is. So, all right, but we're going to use the unicorn because now I'm stumped on what those little things go to. All right, Granny Apple Green. Woohoo! What a bright, beautiful green this is. This is 11 by 4 1/4, and we're going to score it at 5 1/2 and fold it in half. Now, the reason why I score this size and not the 8 1/2 is because when you fold your 8 1/2 over, you're running towards the grain. Now, when you're doing an 11 by 4 1/4, you're going against the grain, and you need to score it first. Otherwise, it'll leave kind of these lumpy lines on there. Okay, then you're gonna need 2 pieces of, wait a minute, are these the same size? Okay, they are. 2 pieces that are 4 by 5.5 or 5 1/4. One is gonna go on the inside and the other one is gonna go on the outside. Then I grabbed some of that beautiful, now these come in 12 by 12 sheets. You get 2 of them in there, but see how that looks like a rainbow? This is called the rainbow glimmer paper, and it has that beautiful glitter on it, but it doesn't come off on your hands. It's that glitter that stays on the paper. And so it's just cool. I cut, off of this one, I cut a strip going right down here. Oops, I guess I have it upside down. I cut a strip going off of there with kind of the purple and the blue together. So I just have a 1/2 inch strip of that. Then I took a 1/2 inch strip of the, over here, the Granny Apple Green, and I cut that off the end. Those are all 1/2 inch strips. And then I did the pink off this end, which is Magenta Madness, is that pink color, or no, it's Melon Mambo. And then this is kind of intertwines with that orange, so that's why this side kind of has a little bit of an orange hue to it, and I really like that rainbow. Now I have to see. Okay, it is Magenta Madness, not Melon Mambo. Okay, so, but we are going to need the Magenta Madness ink, and I am using Misty Moonlight because I thought because of the purple that had mixed with that, it looked awfully Misty Moonlight-ish. Okay, so let's start doing what we need to do. So what I did was I took this, so you're going to need a scrap of white also, which is what I used right here, and I cut out this middle-sized die, this one right here. I cut that size out of white, and we are going to do some stamping on a piece of, okay, white scrap. So here is our white. Then let me get to stamping some of these pieces here. So these are 2-part stamps. So you have, for instance, you have the full-bodied unicorn, and then you have kind of the extra bits with the inside of the ears and that kind of stuff. So what I'm going to do with this is I am going to come in with the full body, and I am going to stamp off once and then stamp off again, because I want a lighter shade of the 2nd generation. And then I'm going to come in with this piece, and I'm going to have to stand up so I can see going over the top of this. I'm going to stamp that right on top of it. Okay, just like that. Then I need the little face image, which I'm going to do that in black. So on this, you have a little part that is, oops, I have it upside down. So you have its mouth, its little nose pieces right here, and then the ears, or the eyes, I mean. So then when you stamp this, you have to kind of match it up to the nose to get that on there correctly, just like that. So then there's the little eyes, the nose, and the mouth. Then what I'm gonna do with the horn, the unicorn horn, is again double stamp it. So 1, 2, and I will cut out this one. So for time's sakes, and because since I can't see when I'm standing up over it, this didn't match up quite as well, so I went ahead and already die cut those little pieces, and I had to put it in a little bag so I didn't wind up losing the little horn, because look how itty bitty tiny that is. Oh, so just see if I can even get the thing to flip over. See how tiny that is? Know that the die is just as tiny. And last night I dropped it. Look how tiny that little piece is. I dropped it, and thank God it kind of went straight down, because normally it'll hit my leg and then bounce off onto the box that's below my legs here that have my catalogs, from my annual catalogs in it, and then it takes me forever. Then I have to grab like this tool that has a magnetic piece to the end, and then I have to kind of go fishing for it. And then that's the only way I can ever find any of my stuff, is to fish. Oops. Okay, now let me get little baggie. Let's get this thing together. Okay. Oh, I guess I need that out, because where did I put the word? I thought I had the word out. I am going to use, when in doubt, be a unicorn, because that is just the cutest little saying. Oh, I forgot to tell you guys the sayings in this. So you have hip, hippo, hooray, hippo birthday, fluttering by just to say hi. Thank you so much, and to you, you are special, and when in doubt, be a unicorn. So there's very cute little pun kind of intended stamps on that I absolutely think are so adorable. All right, where did that word go? Okay. I'm going to say, when in doubt, be a unicorn, and I'm going to put that right across the bottom here. Just like that. Then I'm going to grab the Misty Moonlight, and I'm going to grab these look like kind of little snowflake images, I guess. Like little stars, maybe. And I'm just going to kind of put those across, kind of turn them here and there. Very random. And then, before I put any more on there, I'm going to just kind of set this on, but see, I need another placement of these right up here. Okay. And with this little tiny horn, what I'm going to do is try to get it to flip over so I can actually attach glue to it. Is I'm going to just put just a dot, 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 not a lot, of glue on that little piece, and then I'm going to just put my unicorn right between his two little ears. I'm going to place that horn, and then kind of get some of my excess glue off of there. Hold that for a few seconds. I'm going to give that just a few to dry there. I think I'm going to put one more of these up here. There we go. All right, that's perfect. All right, so now that that's drying, and now that that little piece is done, I'm going to start applying these. So I'm going to run these like this across here, and then we're going to cut off the extras. So I'm just going to add some glue across here. Okay, apply that down. And then do the same thing with the blue. And I am not measuring the in between these, I'm just kind of eyeballing them. I don't think anybody's going to measure my spaces to make sure that my card is not off, but if they do, then oh well. And see, what I should have done is I should have put the two outside ones first and then put the middle one in last, and then you make sure you have the right space because that's what you're laying down. But I didn't, and I'm still making it work. But just so you guys know that normally when you're putting pieces on, you normally want to put your outsides on first and then put your middle piece in, because then you'll make sure your margins are correct on each side. Okay, there we go. And now we're just going to cut off the excess of this. Now, I will not throw these pieces away because I will probably use them again, but I'm actually going to use them on the inside of the card. Okay, and then I'm just going to place this on here, but let's put our unicorn on first. I need minis. Mini minis. Just put a mini there, put a mini there, and then one more up on his head. Just like that. Okay. So I also saw a card like this on Pinterest as well, but it wasn't the glitter paper, so I decided to change it and do glitter paper because I want it sparkly and fun. Okay, just like that. So yeah, don't be afraid to take ideas off of the internet, because I've told you guys before, I sometimes completely lose my creativeness and I have to go on there and I have to find ideas online just to be able to kind of make cards. I'm thinking I might do that down here in this corner. Okay. But this time I'm not going to leave any kind of space. I'm just going to bump them up to each other. And since I got a little bit of glue on there, I'm going to use my little adhesive remover and remove this little goober of glue because that's not attractive. So I sell adhesive bags that have these already in them, and I sell them at my classes, but I think I'm going to start selling them online as well because they kind of come with everything that is essential for a stamper or a crafter, even, not just stamping. Because I put a pack of dimensionals in there. I put a small 6-inch ruler inside of there. I put a adhesive ruler. There's a sand eraser in there. There is, I don't have one right here because it's in my bag for when I take it to my classes. And the first time I brought them to class, I sold out of every single one of them, and I made 6 of them. And I sell them at class for $25, but I would have to add an extra $5 for shipping if I was to sell them online here. But it comes with quite a bit of stuff in there. I just can't remember right now exactly what I have inside of them. Oh, a silicone pad. So I have one of these. I have a little sponge and a binder clip. And then I put a silicone mat in there. So you know how I've showed you guys that when you have a very, very intricate piece, to take your glue and like just put some on here and then dab this in the glue and then flip your piece over, hold it very steady, and then dab, 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 dab your glue on there. And then it's ready to attach to your card, and it's already got adhesive on it from what you've just done. And I will let you know a little secret. If you already have one of these sponges and you already do that, do not wash these sponges out. They actually get better in time. So the more adhesive that globs up on here and the more that you use it, the better it works, because then it's not absorbing into that sponge and your glue is actually now starting to stick to your paper better. So just to let you know that. Okay, let's get this attached to here first. Oh, do we want to put something in the side of that? Let's say, when in doubt, be a unicorn. Well, there's not really anything else that would work or unicorn wise, and there's not just a plain happy birthday. So oops, that doesn't go there. I might just leave that blank, and then you guys, whoever wins this card, can decide what kind of saying you want to put in there. Because maybe you have a little girl, a little granddaughter, a little niece, a, you know, daughter yourself that has a birthday coming up, and you would love to give her this super cute card, and maybe you have a stamp or a sentiment that would work perfect in this, and you don't want me messing it up by putting a sentiment in. That's my story, and I'm sticking to it. Okay. You know what's really weird is I've never been a fan of green. And then as of late, I mean, you guys have seen how wild crazy I am over that evening evergreen. But I've kind of really gotten into green. Thank you, Patty. I'm glad you love this card. Isn't it just so stinking cute? It's really kind of simple, but it's kind of just that pop pizzazz that really kind of gives it, you know, I mean, let me just tell you, this unicorn is the star of the show, but you add a little bit of rainbow paper and holy moly. Yep, she's there. I'm gonna pop this up too, because why not? Now what you could do if you want to duplicate this card, if you don't like the saying down here, you could do like the little stars all the way around this and put that in the center, and then you could always put your little sentiment down here as well, you know, just to kind of add some more elements to the outside of this, or put some more of these little stars around. But I just kind of liked that simplicity look of this card, but still how stinking adorable it was. And any little girl would love to have this birthday card, or not even birthday card. I mean, it could be for anything. You know what it really reminded me of? I know this is gonna sound super kind of corny, but it reminded me of like the Tooth Fairy. Why? I have no idea why it reminded me of like Tooth Fairies, but it did. And my kids have not been dealing with Tooth Fairies in quite some time, but it just reminds me of a Tooth Fairy. Who knows? All right, we have to get an envelope for this. So So what am I going to do? I know what I'm going to do. I'm going to take a scrap right here, and we're going to take that and some of that blue. And what I'm going to do is I'm just going to kind of randomly place just on this corner over here some of those. Well, let's go one more this way. There we go. So it looks like those little sparklies are just kind of coming up the side of the back of that card. You could actually, since it comes up that way, you could actually do some more kind of acting like they're going up this way, because then they would come across here if you wanted to do it on the front of the card. But I'm just going to do it on the back because I think that's just enough color there to make that, you know, those go together. Okay, so let me move some of this and get all 3 of these cards brought back into you. And I will let you know that I will be coming on randomly this week as soon as all that new product comes into me, because I did order kind of a lot. I told my husband, I go, you're not buying me anything this year. I'm buying Stampin' Up. And he goes, but you always buy Stampin' Up. I go, you're right, but I'm putting a big order in this time. And he goes, but I kind of thought you were always putting big orders in. I go, no, honey, let me tell you something. I'm putting a big order in. Because I told him, I go, you know, I normally spend, you know, I mean, not that this is relevant to you guys, but I normally try to do like $100 a month. But this time I did substantially more. And when I told him how much I spent, he was like, oh, you did what? And I go, I told you it was my Christmas present to myself and to my customers. And he goes, okay, well, whatever. Because he's not going to argue with me because he knows better. Because let's be honest, he wouldn't win anyways. But he does spoil me quite a bit. I will tell you that much. He is a very good husband, and he always makes sure I have everything that I need. I don't really want for much. He always makes sure if I ask for it, he's that guy that makes sure he gives it to me. All right, I'm going to show you both of these, and then you can kind of decide, you know, what you like. So whoever wins this card, I'm going to give you an option. So you'll have to let me know what your option is, whether you want the DSP or whether you want the, actually, you know what? I'm not going to give you an option. I'm just not, because I think I need that envelope for something else. So you get no options in life. No, I'm just kidding. You guys got the option to pick how to design this card, but and Lois got the option to choose what we did on the back of this card, which fabulous, might I say. So you're gonna get that like that. This one, we kind of did that same look because that was just so awesome, which it has that timber 3D folder, and then that super cute little unicorn card. So those are our 3 cards for the night. So as usual, you guys, thank you so much for sticking around and watching me and being so supportive and helping me create these cards, because let's be honest, what fun would it be if I just got to create by myself? You guys always give me great tips and great ideas, you know, and I hope you guys learn things from me as well. So I will see you guys later on in the week, and just know, those of you who have that have placed orders, I will be getting your guys' gifts in the mail within like the next week or so. So watch your mailbox. Oh, did I make somebody sad? I don't know. Somebody just hit the sad button. I'm sorry if I made you sad. That's not my intent at all. I hope I make you all happy, because God only knows you guys sticking with me and watching makes my heart happy. Thank you all for the loves and the hearts and the thumbs and all that good stuff. So I will see you guys later in the week. If you don't catch me live, you can always watch the replay of the new products that are coming out. I will do a product share. So, or not, I don't know what it's called, like I think it's called a product share. I'm not sure. But anyways, you guys have a great week and be safe out there. The holidays, I know a lot of things are very crazy in this world, and I want you all to be safe because I want to see you guys every week. All right, have a great one. Bye.